Hello, welcome back everybody. We're going to do another tutorial. Now this one, last one I went over the menus on the top and to the left. This one I'm actually going to go through and I'm going to talk about the buildings on the left hand side over here. I'm going to break it up to two different sides because there's a lot to go over. I don't want these videos being too long. I'll call this side over here the right side. This is where your resources and stuff are. And then you got the left side. There's a lot of information in these buildings. I'm going to talk about them as fast as I can and try to give out as much information as I can. So this building right here, it's called the money box. Now you can look at your inventory of, see, I have extra resource buildings that I have that I don't need right now. I have switched them out a few times. If you notice over here on the right hand side of this, you'll notice that I'm actually changing out some from paint to plastic. If you look at the very top up here, on this account I have 154 million 154 million paint. The other account I have like almost 1.8 jillion paint, so I really don't need it anymore. So I am getting rid of those to put more plastic because you can only put so many of everything. So back here in the money box, this is a new feature that they've come out with. You notice that most of these buildings over here are all level 30. There are a couple that I'm still working on, but for the most part all my stuff is at 30. So we're going to go to the chest list. Now, to do a chest, you can pick out which one you want. They got the comedian, they got the Murphy, they got Dr. Comedian. The blue is a little bit better than the green, so I'm going to go ahead and hit that. You notice that this takes 2 hours. This only takes 1 hour. So I'm going to go ahead and hit transport. I'm going to come over here to my chest. Now, these chests give out it's a little bit of a reward, so we're going to click on this one. You see the rewards that it says it's going to give you. It's going to give you 2 bronze stars. It's going to give you some plastic, 2 different types, and some merit. So I'm going to go ahead and collect that. You'll notice that pops down on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and request help. This will actually on the main menu pop up on the main chat screen showing everything. So now I'm going to go to this last one. It says remaining chances to help 6. I can speed it up if I want to. I really don't think that it's worth that much, so I'm not going to speed that up. Okay, so that is the money box. Okay, so now we're going to go over here. This is the exchange. So exchange, you notice I can't upgrade these anymore. The details, notice that my tax rate is 10%. I send quite a few resources out to people. 10% is fairly good for this game. It'll show you your max convoy load and everything. If you go in here and look, it'll actually show you the breakdown of everything. So we're going to go back out of here and we're going to go over here to Resource Assist. So now I can go on here and I can pick somebody and I can assist them with resources if I want. I'm not going to do it because I have all my marches out and don't want to do that right now. So next thing we're going to go is the Joint Command. This will show you, as you see, that this person is marching to not guilty. They're attacking this person for some reason. So it also, you can hit the battle history. It'll show you all the battles that anybody has done in your guild throughout the time and everything. You also will notice that, you'll notice that the rallied troops goes up when you increase this. So it says that mine's about 1,500 or 1.5 million. My march is actually over 2 million with my officers and everything. So there's some other bonuses that are there that they don't show. So now we're going to go up here. You'll see this little robot. This is for help and support. So you get announcements. There's no announcements yet. And then you go to help, and it will give you the help topics. So you can go in there and look at several different things. Now we're going to go over here to the Nexus. Nexus, you notice that there's no reinforcements. So if somebody had reinforced my base, it would show there. You could also send back their stuff. This is also where the help comes in. So if you hit the help, so I'm going to give out officers to this guy. It'll also show up over here. So this is also where it shows it. If somebody requests for help on the game, it'll actually come up with the blue icon. Hopefully somebody will do it before this is over. And you can hit this blue icon and it will help everybody that needs help when they're building buildings and everything. This is still a little bit lower. I have it to the max level of where I can get all three of them. I need to still get it up a little bit more. So if you look on here, this flag effect is something you always need to have on there in battle. It's cheap. So if you look at the first one, it says 20% of the enemy's command center defense troops are not engaged. Lasts for 9 minutes. Takes effect when attacking. So you look at the middle one, and it says attack defense HP of the enemy's command center troops are reduced by 20%. And then you look at this last one, attack defense and HP of enemies troops attacking your CC are reduced by 20%. So this is more of a defense. This one is going to be a attacking of somebody's command center. This one is also the same kind of thing. You cannot activate more than one at a time. Just to let you know. So we're going to go down here. We've already talked about the Nexus. We're going to go to storage, shelter. So shelter is a very important thing in this game. It can help you out quite a bit. And I'm going to show you something else down here, and then we're going to go back to it. So just so you know. This little icon right here, you see this little sign right here. When you click on it, it will show you your plastic upkeep and everything else. So my upkeep is 259,000. So we're going to go back over here to the shelter. So in the shelter, I have nothing in here right now. So if we go in here to store troops, so say if I want to store all of these troops. Okay, so that's full on that. So now we're going to go back over here to the upkeep. And you will notice that the upkeep goes down by quite a bit, about 30,000. So by keeping troops in here, you can actually go in and make it so that your upkeep goes down. Now, there are another trick to this. If you don't have that much of the resources of the plastic, you can go in here. Now, you have to hit store. Now, I'm going to go to resources. So you can go in here and you can store all your plastic. So it will store that. So now the plastic can't be taken from you. So to get that back out, you'll hit revive, retrieve them, and then you'll go back to paint or plastic, and you can do that. So this is basically this. When somebody attacks your base, if you have them in this shelter, they cannot attack them. Same thing with those resources. They cannot get those resources. Now, notice upgrade, you can't do past 30. And it'll talk about the capacity and everything else. Okay, so now we're going to kind of go into some of this other stuff. Actually, let's go up here first. This is the prison. If you look at the prison, I have nothing in here right now. But if you read the thing, you get bonuses if you kill somebody's officers. You get the officers from when you attack somebody's base and win. And if they have anything in it, then they will normally capture them. Not every time, but sometimes. So now we're going to go over here to recruit officer. Now you notice that it has in yellow. 1 time's free. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. When you click that, it will give you whatever. I'm just going to skip that. So you notice that it just gave me 3 of those. So now I can go and look at the normal recruit. I can click that however many times. Now if you look on here, you see where it says recruit pool on the very top. This will show you what you can get when you select those. Same thing with over here. You'll notice that you can select the different recruit pool. You notice that in here you can only get these officers. Now this is one way to get officers. It helps get the rank up and stuff. We're going to get into that later. Now on Officer Exchange, you notice I don't have any refresh tickets, but so it would normally I'd hit refresh if you have a ticket, in which those cost a little bit of money, and it will pop up the person that you'll get. So now, say if I had gotten this guy, or whatever, Lubu or whatever, I could take that and over there on the other side, I could sit there and take any of my guys if they're not in something. So I don't think he's in anything. So now see how it selected. Now, if you try to select something that's being used, so you'll notice that choose a different officer, it's being used right now. So that kind of goes into that. So we're going to go up here. I actually don't have this maxed. I found out later that you can actually get this up farther, and you can actually build coins, which I haven't done yet because I don't want to pay all the money for the spades right this second. So we're going to go over here to the right side of this, the Air Force Supply. You'll notice that I have one that I can get for free. You'll notice that there wasn't an icon on the top of it like there should be, and saying that it was available. That's a glitch in the game that they need to fix, and I will probably actually bring up with the developers later today. So that is how you collect them. Now, if you go to retrofit over here, you'll notice on this very first screen, you can save up your coins to go in here and get different items. So the bottom items down here are for a different aircraft. You look at here, and they just got basic stuff. They actually have the Nighthawk stuff in there, which I kind of like. There are some better stuff out there, but I have done a lot of work on my Nighthawk, so I have not wanted to switch it out. So notice up here where it says Enhanced Alloy. So if you select that, go all the way over. Now you have those are switched over to alloy. Now, if I hadn't have done that, I could have bought another reset, identity, or any of these items with the money I had there. So now we had selected that earlier. We got this out of the thing. I don't need any green gears, so I'm going to just recycle it. Notice that it's going to give me 15 coins back. So you can also break this up by the type. Now you go over here to components. Components are a whole different ball game. I'll get into that a little bit later. You can go over here to recycle. You can select whatever you want, and it will let you do it. With the components, all you can do is you can select them and fuse them and hope that you get something good. And it's all right. So we're pretty much done with that one. Let's go into this over here, which y'all saw for a second earlier. This is the Air Force Command Center. This controls your Air Force. Now, you click on this screen, you'll notice I got the X-Wing in here. You can actually activate your Vampire or my X-Wing. I only got two. I haven't bought any other ones. You can go over here, and then you can buy these other ones, like this Shadow Airship. It looks kind of cool, but whatever. You can go in here. So now you see that special skill. It'll show you what this does. This has a quick return, which I kind of like, especially considering they're kind of weeding out the fast marches and stuff. Now we're going to go and look. So you see all these chips, and you see how they are over here for this. So some people will go in here and switch these out every time or whatever. So this is stamina recovery by 5%. If I don't want that in there, I could take that out and I could put one of these other things in here. You click save, and it will change these attributes that you have. So you click over here, that will show you the special skill. You click on use, and it will allow it to use that special skill. You have to hit the use to be able to do that. So now we're going to go down here to Air Force attributes. So this shows everything that your Air Force does. I don't have them all done because if you look at it, it gets quite pricey. $875, $535 for one level. So that would mean that I could take, not the whole thing, but you could take one. Let's see, where's one? Right here. So I could take this and go up from 4 to 5. Yes, it's going to give me 30%, but I haven't paid a lot of money on those to get those. So that will tell you all the different skills. You'll notice that troop, attack up, and all that kind of stuff. I suggest when you're doing these, the most critical ones that you want are usually right here at the very bottom. I didn't notice I had this training thing in there. Might have to do that next. But so you got the attack down at the bottom. That's usually the one that you want. So you're going to probably want to go straight down and over to that. So then you can go back later and get all the other ones. That is pretty much this menu and everything in here in this building. Okay, we're going to go over, we're going to skip this for now. I'll probably do a whole video just on that. There's a lot of stuff to cover in there. So we got the parade ground. So special training. Special training will allow you to put the books on there. You see these 4 types of books. You can put those on to different units inside your stuff. So now I'm going to go back over here. Promote. So if I want to promote, say these, I click on promote. It will take them from level 1 to level 2. So that's what that basically does. Okay, so we're going to go into this on another later video also, just to show you a quick glimpse of it. It shows you your command, and it will show you what each one does. I will do that in a later video, though. So we're going to get into training of your troops. I will also probably get into that a little bit later. There's a lot to cover here. So these buildings right here, though, will basically take you through everything that all your training for your units that you want to use. This does your defense facility. This does your research. Okay, so on this side still, I think the last thing that we're going to go over is the robots. You can look on them. I don't think I have any that can be upgraded right now. But if you look at them, they give you different things. So this increases troop training speed, increases all this other stuff that it says. So you have to sit there and get these either through a special event, or you can go and buy them. Some of them are not that expensive, but I should highly suggest not doing some of them because of the fact, like this one right. And let me go back one. This Warlock one right now, it's going to cost over, I think they said $2,000 to make the robot. And then you got 10 levels. I think they said it was like $20,000 to sit there and build the whole robot. And then it's right now it's going also to be basically $2 million to sit there and have a whole corp sit there and make the thing maxed. I mean, to me, that is ridiculous. That's a little bit more money than I ever want to spend on a game like this. So something else you can see, if you look on the main thing, I got this blue robot. So if I want to change just that robot, it don't really do anything. It just shows that this guy's over here. So that is basically what I wanted to cover in this video. I will be making another video after this of some other stuff, but I just wanted to kind of cover this stuff right now. And thank you for watching, and hope you watch more later. Thank you.